Welcome to Weekly MTG. I'm your host, Blake Rasmussen, and today, because we are coming up on the pre-release for Outlaws of Thunder Junction, we're going to crack some packs. We're just going to hang out on some questions. We'll chat, we'll talk, we'll open packs. I'll probably crack a mana drain, because that's what I'm feeling today. I'm feeling it. I'm back from vacation. I'm feeling good. We're going to open some packs. We'll talk about, what you can get in each slot. In the packs, we'll do some draft prep and some pack one, pick one kind of stuff. And we'll hang out for an hour and we'll look at some pretty stuff. Before we get to that, a little bit of news. If you are headed to MagicCon Amsterdam, be sure you go and check out Ticketed Play. So events are now open to purchase your individual event tickets. So make sure you jump on that. Those are going pretty fast at this point. Amsterdam seems to be a pretty hot ticket. So sign up now. Other than that, let's just dive into it. So I've got a play booster box and a couple of collector booster boxes. We're gonna start with a collector booster box because they're really cool and shiny and there's so much cool stuff in here. I cannot open another serialized card today because there are no serialized cards in Thunder Junction. There are a lot of cool cards though. So, as I mentioned at the top of the show and in chat, the Crimes bonus sheet has some, or the breaking news, I should say, has some pretty spicy stuff. Mana drain being forefront among them, but also things like Grindstone. I did a test booster box before. Hey, look at that. Look at producer Sean on top of this. So these are all the various things you can find in play boosters and collector boosters. There are borderless breaking news cards. There's textured foil borderless breaking news cards. The wanted poster cards are the Legends in Oko's Gang. Those are pretty cool treatments. Borderless cards, big score cards. So that's that extra 30 cards found on the list. Vault cards and open vault cards on raised foil. We've got the full art Western Lands. We'll get one of those in each pack. Special guests, those are going to be the hard ones to find, and then extended art cards as well. All right, let's go. Which serialized card did you pull? It was a Niv Mizzet in Murders at Karlov Manor. Is that right? No. Ravnica Remastered? I'm forgetting. Anyway, it was a Niv Mizzet. Okay.
Ravnica Remastered.
Thank you, Producer John. It was Ravnica Remastered. Yeah, I pulled a Niv Mizzet. Okay, so we're going to go through the different slots in the collector booster. So we're going to start off with 4 foil commons. So these will always be commons. These will always be foil. Best way to get the set in foil. And then you're going to get 3 foil uncommons. Unfortunate accident. Return the favor. Lively Dirge. And then we are going to do a land. So these are always going to be the foil full art lands in this slot. And then we're going to hit the breaking news section where we're going to get 2 uncommon breaking news cards. The first one's going to be non-foil. The second one's going to be foil. So we have Repulse. This one brings me back. Oldie, but a very goodie. I'm going to draft so many of those. And then we have a foil Skewer of the Critics. That's maybe the best foil uncommon, just in terms of tournament play and power level. And then we're going to get our foil rare or mythic from the set. It's going to be traditional foil, no special treatment, no special border, just straight from the main set. High Noon. Very powerful card. And then we are going to get the extended, or not extended. These are non-foil, and they're rare mythic, and they can be in a number of treatments, including extended. But in this case, we got a wanted poster. So this is Annie Flash. There we go. So this is going to be non-foil. This is what the wanted poster versions look like. Covering up the casting costs there on the right. Okay, and then we're going to stick with non-foil rares or mythics. These are going to be from the Commander products. These are going to be extended. So you'll get Commander products here. These can be foil. Most of the time they're going to be non-foil, but this is going to be the Commander Rare Mythic special slot. So then we're going to get a non-foil Rare or Mythic Breaking News card. In this case, Crime and Punishment. The absolute perfect card for this. And then this slot here is the foil token. And the last slot here, it's, I call this the foil fancy slot in every pack, and it's no different here. It's going to be foil. It's going to be a rare mythic. It's going to be one of these special treatments. In this case, we got Dust Bowl from the Breaking News Crimes sheet. So foil Dust Bowl. You can see how the foil makes those clouds look really nice. All right, let's keep going. All right. When it refers in the collecting article, when it referred to, or the graphic we saw earlier, the vault cards, I think that was referring to big. I don't know, Sean, can we put the where to find graphic? I don't know, those are big scorecards. All right, never mind. All right, take that away. Let's go back to this. 2, 3, 4 commons. 1 Lava Spur Boots. Intrepid Stablemaster. Gem Lightfoot Sky Explorer. Then we get, here's Mountain. See the red mana symbol right in the middle, just like the white one in the middle of that. All right, we're going to hit Breaking News. We got Tyrant Scorn. Yep, Holy Cow. We hit Holy Cow. Buried in the Garden for the foil. This is a recent card, and it's pretty underrated. Great card. All right, we got Step Between Worlds. The Plot Time Twister. For merely twice the price. And then, so we're going to go non-foil fancy. Most of the time it's going to be extended. There we go. Fibblethip, Lost on the Range. One of the first cards we revealed. And we got a Commander, Rare Mythic. And here, in this case, Cactus Preserve. This is a kind of shockingly powerful land. And then we got non-foil Crime. In this case, Electro Dominance. Put that there, and of course the token, sheep. That's a great sheep token. It's not the Venommancer one though. And then finally, foil fancy, we got Roxanne, Starfall, Savant. So foil extended is the treatment there. And here I'll show the Holy Cow foil. It is beautiful in foil. It's got that halo effect around it. Yeah, that's a good one. Rosewater does not typically name cards, so I don't think he's the one who came up with the name Holy Cow. I don't know for a fact who it was. And sometimes folks do moonlight doing other aspects of the set they enjoy, but generally speaking, Mark does not do cards. Oh, look, it's Bo. So that treasure, yeah, this is one of the. What's her name? I forget the legend's name. One of the legends makes that token. All right, we got Sterling Keykeeper. Peerless Rope Master, Ambush, Giga Chad, Pede, Slick Shot Vault Buster. All right, we got some deserts here with Sandstorm Verge, Visage Bandit, a Plot, and Doc Orlock Grizzle Genius. If I didn't already have like 27 different blue-green commander decks, that would be a commander deck I would build. We are currently on, let's see, can I push? Yeah, I can push the tokens down. Absolutely. We'll throw these out here so you can see some of the pretty artwork on the tokens. All right, where were we? Here. All right, here is the swamp. All right. How good is this set? This set's so good. I'm biased, but this set's so good. A lot of cool things going on here. You know, we had Dave Humphries on for the last 2 shows because he was intimately involved in the set from start to finish, and Dave Humphries sets are always very good. Old Tech Matter Weaver. Okay, so here, I just want to point out, so this is this foil, traditional foil rare mythic slot. This is a card from Big, the Big Score. So these are the 30 cards that are found, 30 of the 40 cards that are found on the list. The sort of epilogue-ish set that we moved into it. You can get these in this slot here. So here we've got Old Tech Matter Weaver from Big. You can get that in that slot. All right, next up we have Marchesa, Dealer of Death, on her cowboy vacation. Yes, I read all the comments. And then Pyretic Charge is the commander slot. And then we're going to get a non-foil breaking news card. We get Pest Infestation. And then finally, foil fancy, Colossal Rattleworm. Pretty pushed desert card. All right. Did Big have a different set code before it was added to the set? It was always Big. So no. Do the newspaper cards have the same finish like the dossier cards? Off the top of my head, I'm not sure, but I will show you. So that's a normal foil. All right. Yes, the big cards are standard legal. All right, we'll do the token. It's a clue. I do love when we do these sort of evergreen tokens like clue and food and treasure, the plane specific art. Here we've got the bony hand holding that. And then mercenary. Feature of the set. All right. Do you think OTJ is a good set to dress up as a cowboy at the pre-release? I say if you want to dress up as a cowboy at any pre-release, go for it. It would be particularly thematic for this set. Okay, then we got some uncommons. Rise of the Varmints and Frontier Seeker. Those are some strong uncommons there. Yeah, Frontier Seeker, the fact that it lets you get a mount or a planes. Rise of the Varmints is really strong as well, especially plotting it and saving it for later. All right, here is an island. I guess we haven't seen the island, so I love how the mana symbol is weaved into these to the point where you almost can't see it. I didn't notice it at first, but it's right there in the middle. That blue mana symbol right there. All right, get some breaking news. We got a Journey to Nowhere. And then we've got Decisive Denial. Also, I'm not going to read them all on here, but the flavor text on all of these is on point. And I believe a lot of the credit for those goes to Matt Tabak and Dave Humphries. Not 100% sure about that. But I believe that was the case. All right, here is Riku of Many Paths in that foil slot. The modal commander you didn't know you needed. So to whoever said Riku, there you go. Harvester of Misery. Okay, so non-foil. This card you'll also see is from Big. So again, another example of a slot right here. We'll call it the non-foil fancy slot, where you can get, there we go. So this is the Vault treatment that can come with big cards. This is non-foil. Hopefully we'll see a foil version of one of these. So this is a powerful card, but also just wanted you to see that Vault treatment there. And that can be found in that slot there as well. And we get a commander card, Vengeful Regrowth. And then we get Rare or Mythic Breaking News. Got a Siphon Insight. And then finally, Foil Fancy is Abrupt Decay. Nice. Okay. These are collector boosters. Yeah, the flavor text on breaking news are meant to be headlines. And they're great. All right. Here's a Varmint token with some treasure on the back. Keep that Varmint right there. All right, commons. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 1, 2, 3 uncommons. Boombox. I gotta set that aside. Someone on my team said they wanted that card. Alright, and then land. Here's a forest. Good, we're getting all of them. The foiling really makes the forest symbol on this one pop. Because it's done in negative space, which is really cool. Alright, some more breaking news. We got Tornado and Fierce Retribution. And then we've got a foil Health Bay. That looks pretty. Also, it was one of, if not the first crimes we revealed. I'm putting that over there again because I got a teammate who wants that. Tiny Bones joins up. All of these joins up cards are pretty cool. That right there. And then we've got Kiri, Talented Sprout for the commander card. Non-foil breaking news, Ionize. And foil fancy is Extended Gitrog. Nice. All right. Make sure I'm not missing any questions. Is there a textured foil in every single collector pack? There is not a textured foil in every single collector pack. No. All right, late joining here. All cards are legal and limited, but big cards are not standard legal. Close. All cards are legal and limited. Big cards are standard legal. So it is absolutely a bit confusing, I admit. But you get a ton of cool stuff. So the only things that are here, it's easier to think of it this way. The only things that you can open in either collector boosters or play boosters that are not explicitly standard legal are the breaking news ones. So anything with the breaking news frame, possibly not standard legal, or at least it doesn't change the legality. Some of these, like Buried in the Garden, is currently in standard, so it is standard legal. But the prosperity, anything that says the prosperity at the top, I keep wanting to call them prosperity treatment because it's right there. The word's right there. But those are breaking news treatment. Breaking news treatments are the only cards in the play boosters, I should clarify. There are commander ones in here that are not standard legal. I'm just stumbling all over that. All right, let's do some commons. Does MH3 spoiler season start soon? Not quite. We're not quite there. Jolene, Plundering Pugilist. This town ain't big enough. And Arid Archway. Are there any cards we can't use at pre-release? No. All right, Heartless Pillage. Next stream will not be about Assassin's Creed or Modern Horizons 3. So next week we're actually off. We're taking a little break here. Sword of Wealth and Power. Again, here, this is a big scorecard. And you can get it in this slot right here. Next week we're going to be off. The week after that we're actually going to do a Pro Tour preview. Because we are coming up on Pro Tour Outlaws of Thunder Junction at the end of the month. Which I know a lot of people miss because this one's not tied to a Magic Con, so there's not the same amount of attention around it, but it's still a Pro Tour. It's still going to be really awesome, and it's going to show off a lot of cool Outlaws of Thunder Junction cards. All right, so here, again, we are talking, all right, good, I'm glad we got one of this, if we can zoom in on this. So this is the Foil Fancy slot. So this is from Big, and this is the Vault treatment, and this is how it looks in foil. Incarnation Vista. There are 30 Big Score cards. Will coverage be different since the Pro Tour is not open to the public? Not that I'm aware of. I think coverage will mostly be the same. I'm not 100% sure on that. The other two symbols are OTP. So that's the Crimes bonus sheet. And what am I forgetting? Oh, special guests. So special guests is the reason I'm forgetting it. It's an evergreen expansion code and symbol. Special guests are in every set, and so it always has, the special guests always have the same set symbol and 3-letter code, which is SPG. And if we open one, we'll show it and we'll talk about it. Quick draw, lonely. So yes, in past sets there have been extra promos that you could not play in the pre-release. Do not believe that is the case for this set. Swamp, all right. More breaking news. Hindering Light. Tyrant Scorn. Bonnie Paul. So that's the one that makes Bo. Bonnie Paul's great. Got Harvester of Misery. This one also from Big, so this is the one we opened the Vault treatment earlier. And then we got a commander card here with Charred Grave Robber. And we are opening collector boosters. We're going to finish off the collector booster box. We got about that much, and then we'll shift to play boosters. Ooh, Archmage's Charm. That is a good one. And here's the Scorpion Dragon token. Scorpion Dragon. And Void Slime for the Foil Fancy. Let's keep going. When does the early access for Mitka Streamer start? I forget the exact time off the top of my head, but it's tomorrow. I want to say 10 a.m. Pacific time, but don't quote me on that. But you should definitely tune in. And different streamers will probably go at different times. So whatever streamer you are looking for, I would check their schedule. But yeah, it's tomorrow. So if you're looking to see how OTJ cards perform in Standard, tune in tomorrow. Yes, definitely 10 a.m. Pacific time. No, it might be. Magda. That one needs to go to the side as well. All right, Smuggler's Surprise. Putting that over there. All right, Yuma Proud Protector. So I want to point out here, so this, this is a fancy looking version of Yuma. It's borderless, very cool. You might be thinking, hey, that's a special version of the Commander. Now, this one's non-foil. So if you like non-foil, I prefer non-foil. Here you go, you can get it right here. But it's worth pointing out that this time for the face commanders for Outlaws of Thunder Junction, this is actually what they look like in foil. So they all get this full art treatment so that the art for your commander really stands out. I think that's a really cool feature that they put in this time. So if you're looking at the commander decks, this is what the actual card looks like, just, in foil. All right, breaking news. Grindstone, excellent. Archmage's Charm into Grindstone's pretty cool. All right, Zombie Rogue for the token with a Mercenary on back. And then, okay, so here is one of the foil versions of the Wanted poster. Here's Ariette. And there we go. All right, we got 4 more of these before we move into play boosters. Any streamers I like to watch? I don't have time, unfortunately. I do like Covert Go Blue. We tend to have similar aesthetics, I guess, in playing Standard. All right, Varmint, we've already seen that one. Put that right there. All right, can you flip up the Zombie Rogue? Yes, which one was that one? That was Zombie Rogue. There we go. Zombie Rogue, just for you. All right, Giant Beaver, Djinn of Fool's Fall, Throw from the Saddle, and Sterling Supplier. Then we get Scalestorm Summoner, Shifting Grift, Neutralize the Guards, Swamp, Ride Down, Super Thematic, Hypothesizzle, just plain fun to say. Memory Vessel, yeah, just casual new version of Memory Jar. It is far less busted, but gonna play it anyway. Gonna find a way. Here's Loot. So here we got 2 big scorecards in a row. Here's the extended version of Loot right there. And we get the commander card, Dead Before Sunrise. And then we got Imp's Mischief as the rare non-foil. And then foil fancy, we got Rest in Peace, again, from the big score. So what did we hit? 3 big score cards in this one? I think that's probably the most you can hit in a collector booster. I think it is. So will the prosperity cards be in play boosters? Yes, and we're going to show play boosters in a moment. Almost done with these. So we'll go over the various slots in the play boosters as well. Slick Sequence. Pretty strong card. Actually, I'm going to set that aside for me. All right. Miriam, Herd Whisperer, and Nimble Brigand. Then we've got the Forest. We get Skewer the Critics. We get Foil Murder. We get Foil Claim Jumper. Pretty powerful rabbit card. Noting that rabbit, maybe that's a card type. And oh, hey. Hey, Jace. So this is Jace Reawakened. We got it in non-foil in that slot. And yeah, doing his Ashiok impression. Jace is Reawakened. Cool. Then we get Commander card, Greywater's Fixer. And we get another, so we got Void Slime. And then Wily Duke. Foil fancy slot. All right, 2 more collector boosters, and then we will move to play boosters. All right. Okay, we got, I think I already revealed the fancy foil, but that's fine. Mercenary, Elk, because it's a set with Oko. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 uncommons. Lazav, Tomb Trawler, Treasure Dredger, and then we got a Plains, Savage Smash. If you are in red-green and you open this, play it. Card's such a huge beating. Foil Ride Down. And we get a foil Ariette. And we get non-foil Satoru, the wanted poster style. And it's gotta go over there. Then we get, actually this one should go over here too. Angel of Indemnity. Very cool angel. Then we get Fell the Mighty. Finally, Tiny Bones joins up. Alright, last collector booster before we move on to some play boosters. We may have some time to do some more collector boosters. We'll see. We're about halfway through the show. Token. Elemental. It's a boar. Put that up there. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 1, 2, 3 uncommons. One of the lands. We got Clear Shot. Foil Savage Smash. And then foil Gisa. Card seems pretty powerful. Then we got Molten Duplication. So again, this is one of the cards from the big score. Goes over here. And we've got Lock and Load. You were casting a bunch of spells in a turn. Cruel Ultimatum. This is my favorite. This is one of my favorite cards. I love this card so much. I'm keeping that one. And then finally, Primal Might in foil. All right. I should do this with the tokens more. All right, we are going to move on to the play boosters. So yeah, those are collector boosters. There's a ton of variety in them, a lot of cool stuff, and you can start picking those up at your local game store this weekend. But more likely, you are going to experience play boosters. Play boosters are what you'll open when you do your pre-release events. They'll be in the pre-release box. If you're drafting, it's what you'll draft. Here are the play booster contents. You're going to have 6 commons. And about 1 in every 5 packs, you'll get a card from the list. So the list in OTJ is a little bit different. It consists of 40 cards, 10 of which are special guests, and 30 of which are from the big score. Then you'll get a wild card slot. That's the 1 card of any rarity, including booster fun cards. And then you'll get one rare mythic. You'll always get a rare mythic. Then you'll get a borderless breaking news card. As you see there, rare mythic in 1 out of every 3 packs. You'll get a foil in every pack. It can be any kind of foil, basically. Not any kind, but pretty close. And then you get a land card. Sometimes it'll be a dual land. Sometimes it'll be a full art land. Sometimes it'll be a regular land. So we'll go through this. We'll do some pack 1, pick 1. Go from this. So let's see. No crap in the list card slot. Depends on how you define crap, but yes, it is 40 cards for the list, and none of them are the straight up reprints with the little planeswalker symbol. 10 cards from the list are reprints, but they all have new art, and then the other 30 cards are from the big score. So if you get a card from the list, it will always be one of those 2 types of cards. All right, so we've got, let's see, all right, Jailbreak Scheme, make sure we got this on here. Spree card. We've got Steer Clear, a lot of good puns in this set. We've got Quick Draw. Reach for the Sky. So it's a bunch of combat tricks so far. Daring Thunder Thief, a 4/4 flash creature that enters battlefield tapped. We've got Peerless Rope Master. Turn a tapped creature. We've got Bandit's Haul, a 3-mana rock that can draw some cards if you commit some crimes. We've got Outcaster Green Blade, which can help you get some deserts. It gets bigger with deserts. Betrayal at the Vault, another great uncommon. So you can see 6 commons, 3 uncommons. So here, all right. So now we're looking at, we got some good cards here. So we got Kellen the Kid for our rare mythic. Pest Control. So we got, this is from the list, or no, this is not from the list. Must be wild card. Nope, that doesn't make sense. I'll look back at that in a sec. And then we got the foil card, basic land, token. So let me double check. So breaking news, rare mythic, not a traditional foil. Okay, yeah, so this is the wild card slot. That is where that came in. So yeah, that's a pretty good wild card slot to get Pest Control. Yeah, that is wild card. I confirm, just double checking everything. So because we've got 6 commons here, 3 uncommons, rare mythic. So because this is from the big score, it's that, and then here is the breaking news card. Okay, so pack 1, pick 1. Kellen is pretty strong, obviously, but 3 colors. I don't think Pest Control in draft is the way to go. You could go Outcaster Greenblade and try to go for some deserts. Betrayal at the Vault is very strong, but is also 6 mana. The Spree cards are always going to be good because they offer a lot of flexibility, but sometimes you just want to kill a creature. I think starting out, I would pick Kellen here. The ability, is meant to be able to synergize with either adventure, which is what Kellen is known for, or in this case, plotting. So you'll do a lot of plotting. Now, this isn't a 3-color format, so Kellen is clearly the strongest card here, but that doesn't mean that you're going to find a ton of mana fixing. Now, Kellen's in green, so if you did something like draft green-white or green-blue, you could easily splash Kellen. So I think we'll take Kellen. Yeah, should be fine. Should be fine. Cool. All right. All right, let's keep going. Next pack. All right, so starting things out strong here with a Mystical Tether, Quilled Charger, Bristleback Bristle Pack Sentry, Black Snake Buzzard, Slick Shot Volt Buster, and Ariat's Lullaby. So there's 6 commons, 7 commons, which probably means, okay, so I've got 7 commons. That means one of those was the wild card, I believe. 3 uncommons, Bruce Tarl, Endless Detour, and foil. And then those. If this was what we had just, if we had just taken Kellen, maybe we take the Endless Detour. I think Bruce Tarl here is probably our pick. If Bruce Tarl was not, yeah, so the wild card can be anywhere in the pack. It's a collation thing with where it lands in the pack, which means you kind of got to see the whole pack before you figure out what the wild card is, but it's definitely one of the commons in this case. So Bruce Tarl commits you to 2 colors. Now, Mystical Tether, very strong card. So you can, you know, the flash ability on it is because blue-white likes to not play spells on its turn and get rewarded for that. Nimble Brigand's pretty strong, but it's probably not as strong as Bruce Tarl. So I would take Bruce Tarl with, and if this had been taken, I would then take Mystical Tutor for the second one. Yeah. Yeah, it would. Yeah, the Dino Token, we haven't seen that one yet. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going. All right, Reach for the Sky. Consuming Ashes, strong card. Daring Thunder Thief. Steer Clear. Highway Robbery. Alright, so wild card in this case is another common, Gold Pan. Then we got Scorching Shot, really strong removal spell. Deep Muck Desperado. Fleeting Reflection. Satoru for the rare. Terminal Agony. Dance of the Tumbleweed. Alright, so let's see. I think so. Consuming Ashes is. I would say Consuming Ashes or Scorching Shot. Scorching Shot's gonna kill like 95% of the things that Consuming Ashes will kill. I think it's a little too early in the format to have a color preference. Now looking at this pack. Black, blue, 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 black, red, blue. I think maybe what we do is we take Scorching Shot out of this pack and assume that we're feeding folks down the way a bunch of black and blue cards. Because our next pick is going to be, you know, you could also take, you could just take Satoru just on power level here. Works really well with plot. So you could take Satoru, you could take Scorching Shot. I think both of those are defensible. I think I would take Scorching Shot and try to steer clear of black-blue maybe. But maybe early on Satoru is just the cooler card and you want to just take that. That's possible too. That is absolutely possible. All right. The copy token. Yeah, here, I'll hold that up. We haven't seen one of those yet. Yeah, cool copy token. Yeah, if you picked Satoru, I would not fault you. It's a really cool card. It's a rare in the new set. Worth considering. Definitely worth considering there. And I may be wrong. It may be that those sorts of cards are better than even removal. All right, Drover Grizzly. It's a mount. Mourner's Surprise. Jailbreak Scheme. Steer Clear. Quick Draw. All right, Sterling Keykeeper. So our wild card's common. Got Cunning Coyote. Gem Lightfoot Sky Explorer. So if you're new to drafting and you're not sure where to start, so these are called Signpost Uncommons. They are 2 colors, they're uncommons, and they have some ability, in this case, at the beginning of your end step, if you haven't cast a spell from your hand this turn, draw a card. That is something that promotes what the archetype is supposed to be doing. So blue-white is a flash plot sort of thing. So if you plot a card, it's not cast from your hand. So this will draw a card. It's also just a strong 3/3 Flying Vigilance card. All right, that's my top card right now. We got another mount here. Oh, well, we've got one last job. So it's a spree card, really flexible. The problem, this card is very strong. The problem is it's going to be tough to use all 3 options. You're more often than not going to be casting this as like a 5 mana return a creature from your graveyard to the battlefield, which is fine. But if you're able to take this early, like now, you can make sure to draft mounts as well. White-green is sort of the mount archetype. I wouldn't prioritize aura or equipment, but maybe it helps. Oh, no, changed my mind. We'll just draft Cruel Ultimatum and see what happens. Maybe we'll get some red rocks on this. But yeah, if I'm trying to win the draft, I probably take One Last Job followed by Gem Lightfoot. If I'm trying to have fun, I 100% take Cruel Ultimatum and then try to cast it at least once. And then my entire draft experience is taken care of because I cast Cruel Ultimatum in Limited, something I've done a few times. But yeah, when in doubt, draft Cruel Ultimatum. One Last Job is quite strong. But how could I resist the Siren Call of Cruel Ultimatum? It can definitely save a game, and it can absolutely sink a draft. It's 3 colors, none of them green, heavy color requirements. I don't know how possible that is in this format, but I would try. 6. All right, so our wild card's going to be not a common. Lassoed by the Law. Omenport Vigilante. All right, so it looks like our wild card is an uncommon, which is cool. And then we get High Noon. And then we get Buried in the Garden. All right, and then our land slot, as you can see, we've gotten just the normal basic lands in the last couple, but it can be a desert here. All right, so pack one, pick one. I am probably taking, probably taking Mystical Tether. It's single color removal. It and Buried in the Garden are not that much different. Buried in the Garden is more powerful, but less flexible. It is a unique effect, but I like sticking to one color where possible. High Noon, strong card, but that first ability doesn't do a ton in draft. Now, this format's a little bit different where you're going to be plotting cards and trying to, and especially blue-red will be trying to cast multiple card spells in a turn. High Noon is more of a sideboard card in that place, but easy lassoed first pick. So lassoed is similar to Mystical Tether, non-land permanent. Fair enough. Okay, it might be lassoed by the Law, which is very similar to Mystical Tether, except it can hit any permanent. It's 1 more mana, and it comes with a mercenary. So yeah, it might be lassoed by the Law. Yeah, High Noon I think is a good sideboard card, but probably not first pickable. There's a couple cool directions here. You could take at knife point and try to draft Outlaws right from the beginning, or a crime-focused deck so you can make a bunch of Outlaws with it. But I think in the world of trying to stay open, you go lassoed by the law. Yeah. Yeah. I didn't mention it, but Phantom Interference is really strong as well. It's just, counter target spell unless its controller pays 2 is certainly a fine spell and limited, but then the ability to also, at instant speed, create a 2/2 flyer is pretty good. Let's do another one of these. Alright, we've got Outlaws, Fury, Cactarantula, Mourner's Surprise, Oasis Gardener. This is, in the Cruel Ultimatum deck, this is a slam dunk. Just grab it, keeps you alive. The Cruel Ultimatum deck, like there's going to be a Cruel Ultimatum deck. It'll happen though. Alright, our wild card is going to be not a common. Slick Sequence is a really strong card. Top of my list so far. Rakish Crew, it's okay. Rustler's Rampage is going to be a pretty strong combat trick and surprise a lot of people. Hellspur Brute, so it looks like our wild card's an uncommon. Affinity for Outlaws, really cool. Probably wouldn't first pick it though. Pitiless Carnage, very powerful card. I don't think we would first pick it. I don't know that card's good in draft. That might be more a constructed shot. Hypothesizzle, obviously good in the same Slick Sequence deck. Sterling Hound, Jagged Barons, token. All right. I think the strongest cards in this pack are Ariad's Lullaby, Cactarantula, Slick Sequence, Hypothesizzle, with some nods to Rustler's Rampage and Deadeye Duelist. Deadeye Duelist, don't underestimate it because it commits a crime. The sort of just ping your opponent cards are usually low picks, but cards that can commit crimes every turn repeatedly are actually going to be pretty high picks. I wouldn't be surprised if actually Deadeye Duelist was better than Ariad's Lullaby and Cactarantula, for example. I'm picking Slick Sequence here because it's awesome and it says draw card, but I think that's where I would pick. I see a vote for Hellspur Brute, Cactarantula. Yeah, producer Sean says Cactarantula. You only have to control one desert, and it's a 5-mana 6/5. And if your opponent targets it, you have to draw a card. I think you can't go wrong with either of those cards. Cactarantula may prove to be stronger, but I like drawing cards. I like feeling clever. That does all those things. Where are the big scorecards not in the booster packs? They are in the booster packs. They're only in about 1 in every 5, so we have seen them. We'll go until we find another one. Armored Armadillo, Highway Robbery, Hard Bristle Bandit, Vault Plunderer, Skullduggery. Okay, here's our wild card. We've got Gila Courser, Congregation Griff, Treasure Dredger, Archmage's Newt, cool card, Pest Infestation, and Fierce Retribution as our foil. We even got a foil one of those, and an art card. A lot of cool things in this pack, a lot of little extras. Okay. Archmage's Newt is very cool, but probably more a constructed card. So I would say probably not there. Looking at the 2 breaking news cards we got, Pest Infestation is probably not for limited. Fierce Retribution is great. I think, though, our options here are Consuming Ashes, Hard Bristle Bandit, Congregation Griff. I actually like Gila Courser as well. It's a little bit fragile. So Congregation Griff is pretty strong even on its own. It's great when saddled, and white-green is the mount archetype. Hard Bristle Bandit is pretty cool. It gives you a lot more options. I think I would choose one of those three. Pest Infestation. Destroy up to... Oh, you know, I always forget how this works. I guess Pest Infestation, you don't have to actually destroy the creature. You can just create the tokens. So at 3 mana, you get 2 tokens. At 5 mana, you get 4 tokens. All right. No, yeah, the camera is cutting off. I'm raising them above. So, all right, fair enough on Pest Infestation. Let's take Pest Infestation here, I think. Argument for Fierce Retribution, but I think it's an okay removal card. But it's shiny, so, you know, why not? All right, just a couple more of these. Next week, we are off, taking a little bit of a break, and then we will be back the following week with Elias V and Corey Baumeister are going to join us and give us a look at the Pro Tour, what we've got coming here. All right, so yeah, definitely 2 weeks. You'll want to tune in for that to learn more and get a preview of Pro Tour Outlaws of Thunder Junction. For the person who asked earlier where the big cards are, here's one of them. So this is, we got a card from the list. In this case, it is a card from the big score, Transmutation Font. This is actually a really powerful card. The speed of the format would kind of depend. This is obviously made more for constructed, but the ability to create a token every turn, it can just be tap 2, draw a card. It can be tap 3, tap 2, gain 3 life. You can do blood tokens if you want to discard cards. Transmutation Font is definitely going to be powerful in the long game. Hellspur Posse Boss is going to be really powerful in any outlaw strategy and even on its own. Like, it comes in, creates 2 red mercenaries. Both of them can immediately target your lizard rogue, and it can't. This doesn't have haste itself, but target something else. Unfortunate Accident is sort of the murder with upside. So you can destroy creatures and also get a little mercenary token, so that's pretty strong. Ruthless Lawbringer, also very powerful. I think, boy, I don't know, what do we think, chat? What are my thoughts on the red 1/2 haste first strike that can sack for a treasure in a card? Could be super strong. Kind of depends if, you know, if 1-drops matter in this format, if 1 toughness / 1 power matters, it could matter. I forget the creature type on it. If it's a mercenary, it could matter, or if it's an outlaw, it could matter. Yeah, I think it's Hellspur Posse Boss. Certainly early on. Transmutation Font, again, in most games of Limited, this is going to be tap, pay 2 mana, draw a card. Which is with the flexibility to also gain life, which is good, but it depends on how long the games are going to go. Most of the time, you're not going to be sacking to search for that. Ruthless Lawbringer is strong, but Posse Boss is stronger. All right, one last pack because I like you, and then we'll take off. Again, reminder: if you are going to MagicCon Amsterdam and need to purchase event tickets, they are on sale now, so go sign up for those. And then if all right, we're gonna get another wild card. Make sure to tune in tomorrow to your favorite streamer to find out. Ooh, we got foil rare. I'm constantly distracted by what I'm opening. For the Arena don't think we call it early access anymore, but it's basically early access with a bunch of streamers playing OTJ. Tune in tomorrow for that at maybe 10 a.m. Pacific time. Who knows? And other than that, we will be off next week and then back talking about the Pro Tour the week after that. Okay, let's do this pack and then we'll let y'all go. So, couple cool cards here. Colossal Rattleworm is absurd. That's probably going to be our pick. Lazab is fairly strong. Insatiable Avarice is pretty strong, although more likely going to be a constructed card because of the triple black. I think that's where we're at. Skewer the Critics, very strong and constructed, but probably not here. So yeah, I think it's gotta be Colossal Rattleworm. Yes, this card is just nuts. You would draft some deserts, but you don't have to. It's just a 6/5 trampler for 4 mana. If you happen to have some deserts, like this Bristling Backwoods, giving it flash is insane, and then you get bonus synergies with the ability after dice. So we're gonna pick some Colossal Rattleworm. We're gonna eye that Insatiable Avarice there, just as like, oh, I love that card. Otherwise, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you all. And definitely check out the Outlaws of Thunder Junction pre-release happening at local game stores near you. Hearing from game stores that pre-releases are filling up, so definitely check with your local game store to make sure that you can sign up and get a slot. Otherwise, I've been Blake Rasmussen, and I'll see you in 2 weeks.